When Mattel canceled the deluxe line a few years ago, I honestly was really scared for the 2-packs as well. I mean, they're in the same vein as deluxes. They're not sold everywhere, they can really clog the pegs at times, and obviously, they're more expensive than the singles, which makes them less accessible to the consumer. But here we are in almost 2026, fiscal year 2026 to be precise, and it is confirmed 2-packs will be back for at least one more year. Now, hopefully, they never go away, but they're back for the 20th anniversary of the first Cars movie and really the Cars diecast line as a whole. So today we will be revealing the first case of 2-packs for 2026. It is case E. It is not case A because they are just picking up right where they left off after 2025, case A, B, C, and D, and just leading right on into E. This is what Mattel did with singles for 2025, starting with case N, P, Q, R, etc., instead of resetting the alphabet. So it's just kind of irrelevant, but something to note so we don't get confused, assuming that always the first case of the year for any line is case A. That's just not always how it works. But yeah, guys, if you intend to reshare these contents, please refer back to this video. I really do appreciate it. Just to give some overarching disclaimers, all of these 2-packs have already been revealed with images, except for one. So we'll get to that one. You might already see it kind of previewed there in the thumbnail. And there will be actually 5 2-pack cases for this year. One of them, though, will be exclusive to Target. So it's something to keep in mind there. The 4th one will be exclusive to Target, and it will have an exclusive pack in it. We'll see what that ends up being. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. But let's just start with the standard case E here that should be showing up at stores really any week now. We're ahead of schedule with mostly everything. So even though this case is scheduled for December 1st, I really would not be surprised if it showed up around more November 1st. But let's dive in here with one of Deputy Lightning McQueen and Bella Cadavre. There will not be much Cars on the Road representation this year. I'm just going to be honest and upfront about it. But there is this, right? Now, it's not a new pack. It is a re-release from 2023. No, I think it was 2023 that this pack came out. Again, with Red Riders, it all blends together. Now, when they were first released, it was on Cars on the Road packaging. So this is a pretty fresh new card variant for the combination of Deputy McQueen and Bella Cadavre. I wish they changed it up, like maybe released one of the Pitties, like the Rider. I think it's Lance the Rider with Bella Cadavre and an accessory, or some new character, some new combination at the bare minimum. But this is exactly what we got just a couple years ago. There is one in the case. Then Mattel is going back to the rally race well here, duplicating some packs right off of 2025 slate, not even mixing up the combos, at least with the GRCs. They did. They put GRC, Raul, and Miguel together after both were previously in the singles. They didn't just do McQueen and Shoot to the Roki again in 2025. Mattel's creativity has dwindled since then, and they are just repeating Rally Race Cruz and Danny at quantity of 1. I'll let that ruminate there with you for a little bit, marinate. And then they are doing 2 of Rally Race Lightning McQueen and Chick Hicks. So, not great. They are card variants. They will not say new for 2025 on them anymore. They will just be blank in that regard. And on the back, theoretically should show all 4 of these instead of, McQueen and Chick, I think just showed themselves, and then Adam Rodriguez and Sheriff because they came out at the same time. So the packagings will be slightly different, but other than that, no real change. And yeah, McQueen and Chick have not been hard to find, at least for me here at Target stores in the US. Danny and Cruz is brand new out of case D of 2025. So as time will go on, they will get much easier to find, especially now being included in back-to-back cases. So if you don't find them right away, don't worry. They will be back like literally in the next month here. Then we have Cars 3 Racing Rivals. Now that is how it shows on my documentation. But fortunately, we have the reveal that it is none other than Jim Reverick and Spikey Fillips here, the Carbon Cyber and Lil Torquey Pistons Next Gens, respectively. Huge re-release in Jim Reverick here, as he has absolutely ballooned in value over the last few years since 2021 when he was released and received his only release. He was the last next gen that Mattel needed to do. And yeah, I mean, I'm not even just talking from Thailand. I'm talking just in general. That was the last racer they needed to do. Now, again, these are all being made in China, but the variants will be very marginal. Jim does look to have some differences here with those silver stripes on the side, but I'm telling you guys, it's not going to be anything too crazy like when we went from China to Thailand. They're using the same inkjet methodology of producing these cars, so don't anticipate you're going to get this wonderful, beautiful, clear, crisp, decaled car that we once had back in the Chinese days. I wish that were the case, but it's not. But yeah, pretty big deal here. Spikey Fillips, I don't think too many people care about, as he's been released quite a bit over the last few years. But Jim Reverick, who has reached triple digits in terms of value on eBay and selling point, is now going to be back, quantity of 2, and this will not be the only case they're in. So if you don't find it right away, don't worry, he'll be back later on. Then we have the tractor tipping pack. Again, did not know who this was until the image was revealed, thankfully. It's Mater and Tractor with Tire in Mouth, a 2022 new release that is back here in a 2-pack, kind of random. I wish they did just a regular tractor to spice it up a little bit. It would be his first time getting this like new inkjet treatment, basically a Thailand variant that now is being made in China. The Mater in this 2-pack, I believe, is just regular Mater. It's not the one with the working tow hook, which is a little strange. I feel like, I don't know, they should just throw that Mater in instead of making both simultaneously. But yeah, I mean, Tractor with Tire is another release that has gone up in value over the last few years. But that's just it. The last few years. It's not like this is a character that we haven't gotten in a decade plus. Like, I always go back to the example of Chuck Manifold. Random car, not even that rare. Like, his value is like 1/10 of Jim Reverick. Yet he was released all the way back and only in 2009. Never to be seen again. And not like I need a Chuck Manifold. I just want more variety in the stuff they're rehashing. It just feels like they're just sifting through the same releases over the last like 5-6 years, but even more recent than that. It's not like we're getting a ton back from 2019, which was actually like a really good year. So I'm a little like so-so on this. I think the packaging, like, it looks really cool to see Mater and a tractor together. But then we also have to say, well, Mater doesn't necessarily appear with the tractor and tire in his mouth. It was Luigi and Guido. And if you did Luigi and Guido with the tractor here in the pack, that would be awesome. I think that's very doable, and it would be very 20th anniversary-esque, harkening back to the Luigi, Guido, and Tractor 3-pack, 2-pack in 2006 on the Desert card. So I think it's a missed opportunity. I think it's just kind of mediocre. But for some, it might be a great opportunity to get a car you missed back in 2022. It was rarer that day. It was in the same case with Flipped Over, George Newman, and the Cars on the Road introduction with McQueen and Speed Demon. We also get 2 of Tex Dinoco and Bling Bling Lightning McQueen. Mr. Docket, didn't that pack like just come out in 2025? Yes, you're right. Not just even at the beginning of the year, it came out in the final case of 2025 as well. It's sitting right now at my local Target store, and probably will be for another 6 months because it is back in this case, and it won't even be the end of it. It's coming back in another case later on this 2026 mainline year. Again, I just don't understand the duplicating of some of these packs from 2025 into this year. It bothers me. They've shown a pattern of doing this. They did it with Mater and the Cactus McQueen pack. In 2025, they did with the movie prop pack as well. But guys, come on. We don't need that. I'm struggling to understand the rationale behind this. Like, it just comes across as lazy and just, there's a dearth, just an absolute void of creativity. There's 2 of that pack in this case. And to close it out for the final 11th and 12th packs in this case, we have 2 of Cars 3 Jeff Gorvette and Pat Traxson. Pretty wild combo. Florida 500, I guess, right? Yeah, I mean, they both appear there. Jeff Gorvette will be now receiving his first Thailand-esque variant from China, I guess, in his Cars 3 paint job, that is. Pat Traxson hasn't been released in a while, but he'll be back. Pat has been released many times, though, throughout the years as a single and in 2-packs with, I think he was in a 2-pack with McQueen and a 2-pack with Chris Revstopski. So nothing too crazy there, but it is probably the most new thing that is coming out of this case. Jim Reverick, again, we have to remember, he was just released 5 years ago. Not even. He was released at the very end of 2021. So it's literally been 4 years from right now. So it's literally 4 years apart. So there you guys have it. That is 2026 2-packs case E. Just to run through it real quick, there's 1 of the Bella Cadavre pack, 1 of the Danny Cruz pack, 2 of Jim and Lil Torquey Pistons Spikey Fillips, 2 of Rally Race McQueen and Chick, 2 of Mater and the Tractor with the tire, 2 of Jeff and Pat, and 2 of Tex and Bling McQueen. The What the Hell pack. Why is Mattel bringing this back? Scratching my head pack. Guys, thanks as always for watching. Let me know in the comment section below who is your favorite pack from this case. Which one will you be absolutely picking up? For me, it's Jeff and Pat. Really excited to see how Jeff's artwork looks. Optimistically, they use the Cars 3 artwork for him that Tomica actually used on their release. Realistically, though, they will just use Cars 2 Jeff Gorvette's artwork. And even worse is if they release Cars 2 Jeff Gorvette. That is within the realm of possibility. It would be awful, but I could see it happening. Cars 2 Jeff with Pat Traxson. Let me just vomit now and change my mind. That's not my favorite 2-pack anymore if that happens. Hopefully it doesn't. God, I'm scaring myself. All right, guys, time to sign off. Bye now.